Do you want to look like you just popped out of a New York City sewer in the cute soft life Disney princess kind of way, of course? Then stay tuned and I'll show you how to get this makeup look. Oh, but Trinity, I have no money. I didn't ask if you had money. I asked if you wanted to look like you popped out of a sewer drain. I have the perfect, mostly affordable routine right here, mostly from the drugstore. Very dewy, natural. I picked up these products and all these makeup tips over the years, so definitely tried and true by me. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. We're just gonna tie my hair up and pin my bangs back. So this makeup look does have a heavy focus on skin makeup. I feel like very dewy and glowy and healthy looking skin would be a very big key to kind of a whimsical fairy tale kind of makeup look. I just make sure my face is clean with moisturizer on it before I start. I don't use primer, but I do spray my face with setting spray before starting. And I'm a server, so if y'all don't know, serving is a very physical job. So honestly, the fact that I can get away with using just this without any primer or anything is pretty impressive. I do have drier skin though, I will say. I don't know if I can recommend all this necessarily for oily skin. But if your skin does kind of lean on the drier side of things, then these products were great for me. I highly recommend them. So yeah, we'll just give my face a spray of setting spray. I use the Milani Make It Last setting spray, just the regular original. I feel like sometimes it can be hard to find a setting spray that doesn't alter the finish of the makeup you have. Well, that's setting on my skin, I'll go ahead and usually do my eyebrows. So this is one of the more pricey parts of my makeup routine. I just use this MAC brown eyeshadow. I've just found it's just easier for me. I know powder brows don't give the most natural look to things, but it takes me so much less time to fill in my brows just with some powder eyeshadow. And I've noticed every eyebrow pencil I've used, drugstore and high-end, they just don't last at all. I feel like it takes no time to use up the whole pencil, and I've had this for at least 6 months at this point. Nowhere near through with it. I did splurge on a little MAC one just because I use this brown shade for a lot of uses. But yeah, just getting a good brand of a good quality little eyeshadow of just one shade that you need, highly recommend. I guess technically an old-fashioned kind of style Disney princess would have more kind of thin arched brows, but I look better the straighter and thicker my brows are, so that's what we're doing. So now that we're done with our brows, we'll go in with concealer. I use the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. This is more of a sheer finish. It's very, as the title says, very radiant, very dewy. But I don't necessarily have problems with the coverage either. Oh, lucky me, my skin's doing good today. I don't have any blemishes to cover. I usually do. I'll brighten up my inner eye, brighten things up underneath as well, and then I'll take out some of this redness here, and then I'll just take out some of this redness on my chin as well. I especially love this concealer for highlighting. It just makes your under eyes and just this whole area look so healthy and bright. I won't blend it fully across my eye, just kind of in this inner corner area to brighten things up. And I'll just use my finger to blend it too. I just find that easier. So now that concealer is done, we're gonna add some color back into our face. First, we're gonna go in with some bronzer. I use the Milani Cheek Kiss bronzer in the shade Spicy Season 130. I just use this angled brush. I think it's from e.l.f. This is a cream bronzer. I do prefer cream products a lot. The finish of cream and liquid products is just unmatched. It just looks so natural, so blended, so nice and clean. But when I would try liquid blushes and stuff, it would just be way too messy for me. I really missed the brush and the control you get with the powder product. So the cream products are kind of a best of both worlds kind of situation. So I apply my bronzer very high up on my cheekbones, kind of on top of my cheekbones if you want me to be completely honest. And then all the way down the sides of my face as well. So my temples are a place I'll focus my bronzer a lot, and then kind of just around my forehead. I'll go a little lighter just because I do have bangs. This kind of area here by my ear and jaw to kind of cut everything in because I do have a rounder face, kind of brings the attention more towards the center of my face. Blend some a little kind of underneath and around my jawline as well. Maybe not as Disney princess to kind of accentuate a stronger jawline, but so I'll take my same angled brush and apply some bronzer just to the tip of it, and I'll kind of run it on each nostril and underneath the tip of my nose as well. I don't look good at all when I contour the bridge of my nose. My nose is just not built for that. But luckily when I do this, it doesn't come out for an artificially like large bridge and then a tiny tip that like is made of makeup. So now that we're done with bronzer, we'll go in with blush.
So I'm devastated because I just found out making this video that the cream blush I use is actually discontinued. I am going to keep all the application tips in this video. Just make sure you do find a cream blush, and I'm sure these tips will work perfectly fine.
Just kind of the top of my cheeks, not too far down to the apples of my cheek, especially because I just used concealer to take out this redness. I don't want to put it back. And I definitely don't go too far back with my blush. This area is reserved just for bronzer. Again, just to kind of cut everything in, because if I bring the blush too far back, then I'll just bring emphasis back here again. So very small area I apply my blush, honestly. And then I'll apply some blush to the tip of my nose as well. Again, I just don't have the bridge for a sunburn blush situation, but luckily I don't look too much like Rudolph when I do this. I'm gonna throw some more concealer on this and let that sit for a bit. One good tip, especially if you use a sheer concealer, kind of let the concealer sit over the blemish for a little bit and it'll come out a lot more pigmented when you blend it. So after you applied blush, we'll apply highlight to pretty much all the same places we applied the blush. It's kind of at the top of my cheekbones. I do not go too far back though. I feel like a big mistake that people make with highlight is they'll carry it all throughout the end of their face. And for those of us who have wider faces, that does not look good. I noticed a big difference in my makeup from just that, not adding highlight back here. And then I'll go down on the apples of my cheeks as well. And this was like over 5 years ago. I watched a YouTube video. She was a party princess and she dressed up as Disney princesses to go to like kids' birthday parties and stuff. And it was a get ready with me. One of her makeup tips was to highlight the apples of her cheeks to kind of emphasize her smile. It's very Disney. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that at the parks as well. And I always just think it's important to look at your face and figure out what kind of makes you different than other people, regardless of whether you even necessarily like the feature or not, to bring emphasis to that. So if you have a rounder face, if you have bigger cheeks, definitely recommend adding some highlight to the apples. It really brightens your smile up. I use the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I really like this stuff. It's very pearlescent, very natural. It doesn't look like a streak on your face. It just kind of shimmers in the light, which is definitely what highlight should do. So I recommend this highlight for sure. It's like $4 at the drugstore. Now, one very important step I'll do after my highlight that I feel like makes a big difference. This was very much inspired by Sabrina Carpenter. For a while, when that Sabrina Carpenter blush first kind of popped off, everyone was using kind of pink highlight to really add some glow to their blush. And I wasn't going to go out and buy another highlight. But since I use a cream blush, I found that layering another just small layer of blush over top really just kind of sandwiches all the layers of makeup together. The blush and the highlight, and it kind of looks like it was built in. I won't add any more to my brush. I'll just kind of go over it lightly again with the whatever I have already on my brush and just kind of blend that highlight in. Do y'all see that difference now? Beautiful. I get so many compliments. I'll also add a generous amount of highlighter to the tip of my nose as well. And we'll also layer that with some blush. It just looks so much more natural when you do that. It looks like it's coming from the blush. It looks like a glow from within. But yeah, I don't know how well this would work with the powder blush, but it does work with the powder highlight and a cream blush. I recommend doing some layering if you don't want to buy more colors and shades of stuff. We'll move on to our eyes. So for this look, especially my everyday kind of light, dewy, princessy makeup look, I don't do much for my eyes. I just use a regular eyeshadow brush and a bronzer. This is the powder bronzer I used before I switched to the cream bronzer. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Definitely recommend it. Tried and true. Classic drugstore bronzer. And I'll just kind of blend that on the outer part of my eye, kind of following where the natural shadow is. And I'll take my finger and kind of blend that as well, kind of in the middle. I'll be pretty sure not to bring any bronzer into the middle half of my eye. And focusing bronzer on the outer corner, I'll kind of extend your eyes out this way, because as we know, the Disney princesses have the big, round, cartoony eyes. To further add to that, we're gonna add some highlight, the same highlight we used, to the inner corner of our eye, and then also kind of across that inner half of our eye. This eye makeup is very simple, but it was inspired by Halle Bailey's eye makeup in the Little Mermaid live action. I thought it was so pretty. It's pretty foolproof. It always turns out really pretty when the highlight meets the bronzer in the middle. And as you can see, my eyes are just brighter, more emphasized. All right, so before going into mascara, I'll go ahead and spray my face with setting spray. I know my lashes will fall down so quick if I go in with setting spray afterward. This is by far the best drugstore setting spray I've used in terms of finish and lasting all day, so definitely recommend. We'll let that all kind of dry on my face. Now this is one of the few high-end products I use as well. I just use the Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax. I got this for Christmas and I was hooked ever since. This is the best brow wax I've ever used. So it's just a clear brow gel. I really like the Milani brow gel too. I hate the ones with the short, thick brushes. They don't do anything. I feel like the key to big, fluffy brows is in the applicator. Not to mention this stuff just keeps my brows up all day. All right, almost done. Now mascara. I have a big problem with keeping my lashes up all day. I'll curl them until they're sticking straight up. I know the mascara will weigh them down a little bit. Now I use a L'Oreal Telescopic mascara, the waterproof specifically. That is the one that'll keep your lashes up all day. But this is by far my favorite mascara. I've tried so many. Even the waterproof ones will weigh my lashes down. This mascara gets my eyelashes so long and so separated more than any other mascara I've seen. And I do love the spider lash look. So this mascara, because it's a tubing mascara, is kind of perfect for that if that's what you like. All right, that's done. Other eye. We will kind of blink onto the wand and shimmy it through our lashes. So you're using your eye to blink onto the mascara and you kind of want to move the wand side to side to really get every lash separated. And once I get everything decently coated, but it's not quite as long as I would like it to be, that's when I'll literally only focus on the tip of my lashes and do exactly what I was doing before, but I'll skip the base of my lashes entirely and literally only focus on the ends to add some extra length. I do not skip the bottom lashes. We give them pretty much just as much attention. Make sure they're long and separated. I love that spider lash look. I think it is so cute. I just think it looks so like youthful and alive. I don't know how to explain it. Focusing on the inner corner, make sure we don't miss it. I'm not gonna lie, mascara is definitely what takes me the longest. And it's pretty messy too. That's kind of the trade-off for it being such a good mascara. It's pretty messy. And I know this looks goofy, but what I'll do sometimes while it's still tacky is kind of like push it up with my fingers. I know it looks silly, but I do notice, especially at the end of the day, how my lashes look. Now, one more step onto lips. This is like my favorite lip combination ever, guys. And it does use one more high-end product. I do use the MAC lip liners. And I've tried several other drugstore kind of lip liners, but one, they don't last all day. And not to mention, every drugstore lip pencil I've ever bought and tried has lasted like, I'm not even joking, like 2 months. I feel like you can get away with at least almost a year with this stuff. It's the perfect matte finish. It's not that dry matte finish. It's that kind of creamy, velvety matte finish that you want in a lip liner. It's so classy and beautiful. I do overline my lips. I don't think you can get away with overlining your lips too much. I'm using the shade Spice by MAC. It's the perfect kind of cinnamony pink. Highly recommend this. This shade's a classic. You probably know it, especially if you have warmer skin. And over top of that, okay, so I'm about to put y'all onto something. These Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Lip Shines, I'm obsessed with these. They kind of work like a lip gloss, but they're not sticky like a lip gloss at all. They kind of feel more like a balm on your lips, or even kind of like a mask of sorts. And they have all different colors. It lasts all day, unless you eat something, because it's like a glossy product. And this shade, I saw this at the store and I just picked it up. I didn't even think twice about it. It's the shade 20 Berry Brown. Just look at it. It's the prettiest like pink nude, but it's like nice and warm. It's like literally just perfect. So beautiful. Perfect for the springtime. And with this lip liner, guys, it is a heavenly combination. So I'll literally just put that all over my lips, over where I put the lip liner. I do fill in my lips with the lip liner just because I love the color so much. But as you can see, that kind of pink nude gloss over top of the MAC Spice, and it doesn't feel heavy or sticky. I love this stuff so much, and I love this combination so much. Look at it. I feel like this is definitely what brings the Disney princess to this makeup look. So we'll unclip the hair. What do we think? All right, so this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Every time I use these products, I just feel like my skin just looks so healthy, and I look like I just popped out of Andalasia. I think the colors are just so flattering together. I think the products look beautiful on the skin, so I highly recommend. Let me know what y'all think. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more makeup and fashion videos, and yeah, bye.
This dream